I have upheld the family name. I've never cut corners. I've done my job. I've dedicated my life to the sport. The Eubank name is still at the top. It's still relevant. It's still respected. You know, the worst thing Conor's done is...
It's Ricky Shepers, the king of fighting, the king of boxing, the king of combat sports, and the one who is better than you in every single aspect. And I'm going to tell you why watching this fight is a complete and utter waste of time. It's not going to be a draw, and it's not going to be a win for Eubanks. This fight goes to Conor. Straight, simple, this fight goes to Conor Benn. It's honestly a mismatch, if you ask me. This fight makes absolutely no sense in the slightest. To be honest with you, none of these men are really that great. None of them have really upheld their father's legacies. They are both pathetic in a sense. They are both failures, letdowns in a sense. So what they tried to do failed, essentially, because they thought they were bringing two, legacy names in boxing, Eubanks and Nigel Benn, right? They thought that, while they were two legacy names, their kids, their children will also be legacy fighters. But these people really have dropped the ball. But what do you expect with this new generation of boxing? But there's a difference. There is a difference. Now, Conor Benn is young. He's 28. He still has time. He still has time to explore, in boxing. He still has time to uphold the legacy. But Eubanks is done. Eubanks Jr. is done. He's finished. He's 35. He's almost at the end of his career. This fight is going to be the highlight of his career. Whereas for Benn, this may be the beginning. So there's a difference, but none of these two men, this fight doesn't even matter. The winner of this fight means jack shit, to be honest with you. But if in the events Eubanks loses, this is just going to be an absolute disgrace under Eubanks' name. I mean, he's just going to absolutely destroy and piss all over the legacy, to be honest with you, because his father doesn't support him, his father doesn't fucking like him, and not only that, but this man, his father had multiple title fights, right? He was a title fighter. He had multiple title fights. This man, Chris Eubanks Jr. has never won a title. He ain't shit. He's never had a memorable fight. He hasn't lived up to his father's legacy in the slightest. And even if he does win, then it still doesn't really mean shit, because Conor Benn isn't even he ain't lived up to his father's legacy either. So it's but if Benn wins this, Eubanks is finished. Because, let's be real, Eubanks won that first fight, but then they drawed, right? But a lot of people thought that Nigel actually won that fight. People were saying that Nigel should have won that fight. So if Benn wins this, then it's 2-up. Then it's 2-up and they've destroyed Eubanks forever. Their name goes down in history as their name goes down in history as the losers. They lose. They lose the game. That's it. It's finished. It's over. Game over. Goodbye. Night. He's 35 years old. It's finished. Not only that, but I've spent years and years analysing Eubanks' fighting ability, and he is just not a good fighter. He has new coaches every week. What the fuck can he realistically learn? He has new coaches every week. He always shows off his ego, and I've seen insider informations that there's constantly fights and arguments about, the training styles, and there's controversy there because he thinks he knows what's best, but the trainers are telling him another thing. So that's some insider information I got. There's also has been some weight issues. I guess he is a heavier guy, and even his dad even came out and said that, Eubank shouldn't take this fight. Conor Benn is going to knock him clean out, right? That's what he said. He said that Conor Benn if they get in the ring, he's killing this man. So there it is. Eubanks is definitely going to lose. This is a 100% win for Conor. And, I mean, this fight really just ruins the legacy of his father and honestly doesn't mean anything because Conor Benn didn't even hold up his father's legacy. So the fight makes absolutely no sense. It's just a cash grab. They just want some big names, right? Oh, let's just put, his dad was a fighter. His dad's a fighter. Oh, let's have the kids fight. That's all this shit is. And anyone who can't see through this is a moron. You're an idiot. Anyone who's watching this fight excited is a fucking idiot. What is wrong with you? But from my hours and hours of analysis and in-depth study of psychology, what I believe is truly going to get to Eubanks in this fight and ultimately cause him the loss is him trying to hide his emotions. See, with Eubanks, he hasn't killed his emotions as a real fighter would, right? You kill those emotions inside of you. He hides them, you see. He still very clearly has them. I mean, in the In the interview with Piers Morgan, he was on the verge of tears. When they brought up the relationship with his father, his dad, he was on the verge of tears. He was about to cry. He was like, see, but my dad. It's like this man's trying to hide his emotions, and it's so clear, it's so obvious, and he attacks Nigel Benn because of this fact, out of insecurity. So what's going to get to him essentially is, listen, Conor Benn, he doesn't really give a fuck, win or lose. He says his dad loves him for the person he is, not because of his boxing ability, which he's confident in, but he loves him because of him, like. So, and he's obviously a younger guy, right? He has time to bounce back. If Eubank loses this, he's finished, he's done, his dad's finished, his dad's also done. So it's one of those things where Eubanks has created an atmosphere where all the pressure, all the eyes, all the attention, everything to lose is on him, right? Conor has nothing to lose. Eubanks has everything to lose. So he's created an environment where all the pressure is now on him. And on the night, he is going to crumble. On the night, he is going to crumble due to the pressure that he has put himself under. Simple as that. And anyone who doesn't understand that or disagrees is simply an idiot and a moron and should just stick to watching the cartoons or whatever the fuck you people are interested in.